Contradance, a dance where the dancers of the different sexes stand opposite each other instead of side by side, as in Minute, Rigadoon, Louvre, and C, and now corruptly called a country dance. Conundrums, enigmatical conceits. Convenient, a mistress cunt. Conveniency, a necessary, a leaf and conveniency, a coach. Cooped up, imprisoned, confined like a fowl in a coop. Cohort, a jilt. Corinth, a bawdy house cunt. Corinthians, frequenters of brothels, also an impudent, brazen-faced fellow, perhaps from the Corinthian brass, cork-brained, light-headed, foolish. Corned, drunk. Cornish hug, a particular lock in wrestling, peculiar to the people of that country. Corn-faced, a very red pimple face. Corporal, a mount, a corporal and four to be guilty, or onasium. The thumb is the corporal, the four fingers the private. Okay. Corporation, a large belly. He has a glorious corporation. He has a very prominent belly. Corporation, the magistrates, and C, of a corporate town. Corpus, sign, Russian, free men of a corporation's work, neither strong nor handsome. Cosset, a foundling cosset colt or lamb, a colt or lamb brought up by hand. Costard, the head. I'll smite your costard. I'll give you a knock on the head. Costardmonger, a dealer in fruit, particularly apples. Cot or quat, a man who meddles with woman's household business, particularly in the kitchen. The punishment commonly inflicted on the quat is pinning a greasy disclot to the skirts of his coat. Cove, a man, a fellow, a rogue. The cove was bit, the rogue was outwitted. The cove has bit the coal, the rogue has got the money, cunt. Covent or convent garden, vulgarly called common garden. Anciently the garden belonging to a dissolved monastery, now famous for being the chief market in London for fruit, flowers and herbs. The theatres are suited near it. In its environs are many brothels. Not long ago the lodgings of the second order of ladies of easy virtue were either there or in the pure purlieus of Drury Lane. Covent Garden abbess, a board. Covent Garden ague, the venereal disease. He broke his shins against Covent Garden's rails. He caught the venereal disorder. Covent Garden nun, a prostitute. Coventry, to send one to Coventry, a punishment inflicted by officers of the army on such of their brethren as are testy or have been guilty of improper behaviour, not worthy of the cognizance of a court-martial. The person sent to Coventry is considered as absent. No one must speak to or answer any questions he asks, except relative to duty, under penalty of being also sent to the same place. On a proper submission, the penitent is recalled and welcomed by the mess, as just returned from a journey to Coventry. Covey, a collection of whores. What a fine covey here is, if the devil would but throw his net. To coach, a hogshead. To lie down to sleep, cunt. Counterfeit crank, a general cheat, assuming all sorts of characters, one counterfeiting the falling sickness. Country Harry, a wagoner, cunt. Country put, an ignorant country fellow. Country work, said of any work that advances slowly. Court card, a gay, fluttering coxcomb. Court holy water, court promises, fair speeches and promises, without performance. Court of assistance, a court often applied to by young women who marry old men. Cow, to sleep like a cow, with a cunt at one's arse. Said to marry a man, married men being supposed to sleep with their backs towards their wives. According to the following proclamation, all you that in beds do lie, turn to your wives and occupy, and when that you have done your best, turn arse to arse and take your rest. Probably dick, maybe. Cock, dick. Why have they censored cow juice, milk. Cow's baby, a calf. Cow's current, gallop, and what the fuck is that meant to be? Shite. Nah, it can't be. Shoe. Gallop and shore, shag. Cow-handed, awkward. Cow-hearted, fearful. Cowitch, the product of a sort of bean which excites an insufferable itching, used chiefly for playing tricks. Cow's spouse, a bull. Cow's thumb, done to a cow's thumb, done exactly. Cock's comb, anciently a fool. Fools in great families wore a cap with bells, on the top of which was a piece of red cloth in the shape of a cock's comb. At present, cock's comb signifies a fop or vain, self-conceited fellow. Crab, to catch a crab, to fall backwards by missing one stroke in rowing. Crab landform, a peevish fellow. Crab louse, a species of louse peculiar to the human body. The male is dominated of a cock, the female a hen. Crab shells shoes, Irish. Crabs, a losing throw to the main hazard. At the main hazard. Crabbed, sour, ill-tempered, difficult. A crack-whore. Cracker-whore, to crack. To boast, to brag, also to break. I cracked his napper, I broke his head. To crack, or all the crack, the fashionable theme. The go, the crack lay, of late, is used in the cunt language to signify the art and mystery of housebreaking. Cracker, crust, sea biscuit, or ammunition loaf. Also the backside, farting crackers, breeches. Crackish, whorish. Cracking tools, implements of housebreaking, such as a crow, a centrebit, false keys, and c. Crackmans, hedges. The cull thought to have loped by breaking through the crackmans, but we fetched him back by a nope on the custard, which stopped his jaw. The man thought to have escaped by breaking through the hedge, but we brought him back by a great blow on the head, which laid him speechless. Cracksman, a housebreaker. The kiddie is a clever cracksman. The young fellow is a very expert housebreaker. Crag, the neck. Cramp rings, bolts, shackles, or fetters. Cunt. Cramp words, sentence of death passed on a criminal by a judge. He has just undergone the cramp word. Sentence has just been passed on him. Cunt. Crank, gin and water, also brisk, pert. Crank, the falling sickness. Cunt. To crash, to kill. Crash that cull, kill that fellow, cunt. Crashing, cheats, teeth. Craw thumpers, Roman Catholics, so called from their beating their breasts in the confession of their sins. See brisket beater and breast fleet. Cream pot love, such as young fellows pretend to dairy maid to get cream and other good things from them. To cream, to slip or slide anything into the hands of another, cunt. Creepers, gentlemen's companions, lice. Crew, a knot or gang, also a boat or ship's company. The canting crew are thus divided into 23 orders, which see under the different words. Men. Men, rufflers, upright men, hookers or anglers, rogues, wild rogues, priggers or prancers, palliards, freighters, junkmen or patricos, freshwater mariners or whip jackets, drummerers, drunken tinkers, swadders or peddlers, abrams. Women, demanders for glimmer or fire, border baskets, morts, autem morts, walking morts, doxies, delis, kinching morts, kinching coes. Crib, a house, to crack a crib, to break open a house, to crib, to purloin, or appropriate to one's own use, part of anything entrusted to one's care, to fight a crib, to make a sham fight, bear garden term. Cribbage-faced, marks with the smallpox, the pits, bearing a kind of resemblance to the holes in a cribbage board, cribbies or cribby islands, blind alleys, courts or byways, perhaps from the houses built there being cribbed, out of the common way or passage in island, from the similarly sound to the cribby islands, crim, con, money, damages directed by a jury to be paid by a convicted adulterer to the injured husband for criminal conversation with his wife. Crimp, a broker or factor, as a coal crimp who disposes of the cargoes of the Newcastle coal ships, also persons employed to trampen or kidnap recruits for the East Indian and African companies. To crimp or play crimp, to play foul or booty, also a cruel manner of cutting up fish alive, practiced by the London fishmongers in order to make it eat firm. Cod and other crimped fish being a favourite dish among voluptuaries and epicures. Crinkum, crankum, a woman's commodity. See Spectator. Crinkums, the fowl of venereal disease. Cripple, sixpence, that piece being commonly much bent and distorted. Crispin, a shoemaker from a romance, wherein a prince of that name is said to have exercised the art and mystery of a shoemaker, thence called the gentle craft, or rather from the saints Crispinus and Crispianus, who according to the legend were brethren born at Rome. From hence they travelled to Soissons in France about the year 303 to propagate the Christian religion, but because they would not be chargeable to others for their maintenance, they exercised the trade of shoemakers. The government of the town, discovering them to be Christians, ordered them to be beheaded. About the year 303, from which their time they came, have been tutelar saints of the shoemakers. Crispin's holiday, every Monday throughout the year, but most particularly the 25th of October, being the anniversary of Crispinus and Crispianus. Crispin's lance, an owl,